Yeah, I thought the spring was a great opportunity for me to learn. Getting here in January, I thought that really helped me get a head start in the playbook, and then just lifting with Coach Mick, like my body's completely different from the time I got here. And then spring ball went really well. I felt like a lot of it was just getting adjusted to how things would run here and learn the playbook, like I said. And then I feel like around practice 11, 12, I started to hit my stride and started to get comfortable. And then I felt like I did pretty good in the spring game too. So just trying to use that momentum going into the summer. And I felt like I had a really good productive summer as well. So.
What's it like as somebody to come in and get your hands on that playbook for the first time? And you said maybe 11 or 12 practices you felt comfortable, but there's still probably a lot more that you're picking up since then.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a lot to learn coming in with the protections and all the plays. But I felt like the coaching staff did a great job of bringing me in and then getting me going right away. And I felt like that helped my learning process. And then I think as time gets on, you get more comfortable with it. So obviously there's still a lot to learn, but I feel like I'm adjusting a lot better than I was.
Kyle, how do you feel about the camaraderie in the room between the three? And I know it's a competition, but you thrive off each other?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we all thrive off each other, like you said, and I feel like the competition is bringing out the best in all of us. And that was the big thing. I mean, coming in, I didn't really know how the room was going to be, but then, I mean, they took me under their wing right away. So it was a good deal.
How do you regard, do the best you can, the chips will fall? I mean, and you all bring different strengths, I guess, to the table.
Right.
What's your best attribute, do you think?
I mean, that's really up for the coaches to decide, but I feel like just taking care of what I can take care of, being a leader and controlling all the things that take no talent, being on time, being accountable, and things like that, I think are definitely some of the areas I'm trying to focus in on. And then just getting to a point where I know the playbook like the back of my hand, and I can just let my talent speak for itself.
How far along are you in that?
I mean, I've definitely made a lot of strides since the time I got here, but at the same time, like, I'm nowhere near where I want to be with it. I think there's still a lot of learning. I mean, shoot, even 3 years from now, I'm still going to be saying I want to learn more. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's just continuing to learn and not putting like a ceiling on anything.
Can you reflect on your recruitment a little bit? Coach Day seemed like he had kind of his pick of a lot of highly rated quarterbacks. He picked you. Speak on that a little bit, and then why did you like Ohio State?
Right. I mean, my recruitment really started early after my sophomore year. As soon as Coach Day got the job after that Rose Bowl game in 2019, he reached out to me, and they were recruiting me pretty hard. And then I came on a visit early on in February, and I really liked the campus, and I really liked the coaching staff and everything. And then I went back home and got offers from a few other schools, and then came back out for the spring game. And that's really when I knew that I wanted to commit, and he gave me the green light. And I feel like anytime a coach like Coach Day and at a school like Ohio State gives you the green light to commit, you really can't turn that down. And so I just shut the process down right there, and then pulled the trigger.
Growing up, were you a Penn State fan, or who did you root for?
No, I was a Rutgers fan growing up because my dad played there. So I grew up going to the games up there in New Brunswick. But it definitely it's different. It definitely is different.
Kyle, with the news yesterday, you're essentially going to have 4 freshman quarterbacks. Obviously, some were here last year, some weren't, and then one's not here yet. That's one of the most unusual quarterback circumstances I've ever heard. What is it like to be a part of that, and how does it change or affect you as you move into a new year, understanding that's going to be extraordinary and unique competition?
Right. I don't think it will change anything. I mean, obviously, the 3 guys that are here now have just been competing the entire time, and I think even if you add another guy, it's still going to be the same competition every single day. And so I think that brings out the best in all of us. So I wouldn't say it changes too much. I think we're just still going to compete and go forward from that.
Have you met Quinn?
Yeah, I have.
What's your relationship like with him, and maybe your evaluation of him as a player?
I've only met him a few times, but he's really cool, really talented. So I'm excited for him to get on campus, and we can build that relationship from there.
Kyle, what's it like competing for this job as a true freshman?
It's crazy. I mean, I think when you take a step back and look at it and see all the great quarterbacks and the great players that have come through this program, and then to have an opportunity to compete for the job, the second you step on campus is something that not a lot of guys can say they had that opportunity. So I'm excited for it, excited for what the future holds, and just trying to make the most of every opportunity.
How do you approach this? Like, do you view this as like, hey, this is my opportunity to win the starting job right now? Or do you look at it, well, whatever happens, I could still have another opportunity in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get better every single day and focus on myself, and whatever happens, happens. And just trying to put the best version of myself out there in the field, and not getting too caught up in the competition. I think we definitely push each other, but I wouldn't say, I wake up every day and I'm like, oh, I got to win this job, I got to win this job. I wouldn't say there's pressure on me like that. I think the biggest thing for me is that if I just continue to develop and continue to stay at the pace that I'm at, I'll be in a good position however it works out.
Is it hard not to get caught up in that?
I mean, yes and no. I feel like, the second you open Instagram or Twitter, it's like thrown in your face, but I feel like I do a good job of staying away from it and focusing on what's important.
How do you do that? Like, what do you do that kind of helps you focus on that and not look over your shoulder?
Yeah, I'd say the people in my corner definitely help me keep me grounded. My family and close friends definitely, don't allow me to kind of fall into that trap, and they keep me focused on what's important. But like you said, it is all over social media, but I think it's just a mindset to not focus on it. Right, yeah, it's me, Marvin, Jaden Ballard, and Emeka.
How nice is that to be able to form that bond?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome living with them, and having that opportunity living with guys who, if you wanted to come back later, I mean, we come back to the facility pretty much every single day, and getting extra work in and throwing together. And so I think just getting that chemistry down, and I mean, we're all in it together at the end of the day. I mean, I might play a different position than them, but we're still learning the same offense, and talking to them, I get the details of receiver, where they're breaking their route and what their landmark is in here, and then I can tell them, what I'm thinking and what my read is. So just having that relationship on the field, I think, is huge. And then, I mean, they're all great guys off the field, so that's big as well.
How often did you guys what's it going to take in your mind? What's it going to take to win the starting job this fall? That's a honest question.
Yeah, I mean, that's a loaded question, but I'd say just focusing on myself. I'm confident in myself that if I go out and do what I'm asked to do and really dial in, I feel like I'll put myself in a good position. But I think it's a lot more than just throwing the ball. Like I said, I think it's, how well can you lead the team? Are you accountable? Do you do the right things off the field? So I think it's really just the lifestyle of being the quarterback, especially at a school like this. So it's definitely a loaded question, but it's going to take a lot.
You feel like somebody's watching you every move you make now. If you can call them, I mean, somebody's perusing or analyzing what you're all about and stuff almost 24/7. What does it feel like, I guess, to be in this bubble?
I mean, I wouldn't say that, I feel like there's people on top of me, watching every move, but I definitely see what you're saying. I feel like, there'll be, criticism in whatever you do, whatever decision you make. But I feel like the biggest thing is just doing what you feel is right, what you feel is good for you and your development, and what's best for the team ultimately. So.
With Marvin, obviously everyone's kind of figuring out what you knew for a couple of years now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? No one knows better about him than you do. Have you been surprised at the leap that he took from the day you guys got here to now?
Not at all. I mean, I was trying to tell people from sophomore year that he was the real deal, and then everyone would write off on this quarterback, and of course I would say that. But I mean, Marvin's the real deal. He's as good as they get, and I think people are just realizing now what I've known for 4 years. So he's going to be an unbelievable college player, and then he's obviously going to play in the league. So I'm really excited for his future, and he's one of the hardest workers I know. So it's not a surprise to me to see the fact that he had a great spring and he's put himself in a great position for the season.
What role is Coach Dennis playing right now in helping you guys with what I was talking about before, kind of the mental side of things, maybe things between practice as much as what goes on at practice? Like what is his role in that?
Yeah, Coach Dennis has been great. I came in, like I said, in January, and he's just been, a helping hand along the way, helping me learn the offense and ease into just the college lifestyle. And he's been great. I mean, he knows the offense as well as anybody. I don't know how many years he's been here, but it's up there. So he knows the offense like the back of his hand, and he's helped me out a lot along the way. And I think a large part of my development goes to him.
CJ said he's put on about 20 pounds in the last few months. I'm wondering what kind of gains you've made physically and how you think the next one will go.
Right. Yeah. So I came in around like 208, 209, and right now I'm sitting at like 219, 220. So about 10 pounds.
How do you think that's going to help you as you get ready for your first college game?
Yeah, I think that that's big for me. Like I said, just trying to get my body to the best place to withstand a season, and I felt like I did a great job. This off season of lifting hard and getting more flexible and running and all that. So I felt like my body's feeling the best that it's ever felt, and I feel like I'm in a good position to go into the season.
Is leadership something you can learn and develop, or are you born with it? Is it a combination? Have you used any tools, videos, books that have helped you?
Yeah, I think leadership is definitely a little bit of both. I think you're I wouldn't say a natural born leader, but I think you're definitely born with some leadership qualities, and I think it's a skill you have to work at. Coming in and to a program like this, and playing quarterback, I think you naturally have to lead.
Two more questions here, then.
And then I think the biggest thing is just putting yourself in the position where guys will believe what you say, and I think preaching what you are saying to the team, I think is only as effective as it is if you work at it. So I think if you show the guys that you're about it and you really work hard, then I think they start to buy in. And I've had some really good people in my life that have helped me out with leadership and just given me little tidbits here and there.
Tools, kind of?
Yeah, exactly.
Kyle, it's been a long time since a true freshman started in Ohio. How ready do you think you are?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every single day I'm making a step in the right direction and putting myself in the best position to do that. But honestly, you'd have to ask Coach Day. I feel like I put a lot of work into this off season, physically, mentally, to put myself in the best position possible. But at the end of the day, I guess we'll see. I could stand up here and say, I feel great, but I guess we'll see once the pads come out and we go out there.
How excited are you for camp?
Really excited. I feel like I'm in a much different position mentally in the spring than I am now. I feel like I'm really didn't play loose this camp, and I wouldn't say I was able to do that in the spring, but the spring was a big learning period, I think, for me.
Kyle, last question. You signed with an agent for NIL. Just curious, what's that process been like so far with lining up NIL?
Yeah, I signed with Banner Sports, AJ Bannerchuk, and he's been a guy that's been a great guy to me. I mean, even outside of the sports world, since like sophomore year of high school, I've had a good relationship with him. And then once NIL came official, we had a really good conversation. We met, and Jackson actually signed with him as well. And so I felt like we had a great conversation. We were in the same place and shared some similar ideas. So, it just felt right, and I went ahead and signed with him.
Anything particular like you're working on so far in terms of endorsements?
Not yet, nothing crazy. I mean, he told me a few of the ideas that he had and some of the opportunities that I've reached out to him about signing, but nothing yet, nothing official, just taking it slow.
Nick Saban says Bryce Young could be worth $1 million. I mean, endorsement-wise, even this year. You see that opportunity out there for whoever gets named the starting quarterback here?
Yeah, I mean, being the quarterback at Ohio State, I don't think there's a better opportunity than that. So I feel like, it would be a great opportunity. And like you said, Nick Saban, I saw that comment, and I mean, that's crazy to think that 18, 19-year-old kid could have that much money, but I guess that's just the new era of college football.